Fiction Podcast. So very excited about that, of course. We've got a couple of really great guys coming on. Now, you've seen both of our guests before. They've both been on Funny Science Fiction Podcast. One's been on in both a live show and a pre-recorded episode, and the other one's been on a live show with us. And so we're excited to have them both on at the same time because both of these guys podcast together. And as many of you are already aware, Funny Science Fiction Podcast is part of the Scene Snobs Network. And so I'm really excited tonight to welcome the founders of the Scene Snob Network. And that is, of course, Mick and Casey from the Scene Snobs podcast. So we've had Mick on before. We've talked about how much he loves Dune and how much he can't wait to sit down and watch that movie because he just loves how good Sting was in it. And so we're really excited to talk to him a little bit more about that tonight and some other things. And then, of course, there's his podcasting co-host who we had on I want to say a few weeks, but it was a little longer than that. We had him on with Jason Taylor from the Three Geeks podcast. Jason and Casey were on at the same time. We played a silly little sci-fi game with them. And so tonight, though, at 7 p.m., Mick and Casey are going to be on representing the Scene Snobs podcast. They're going to talk to us all about their podcast, how they got started, what they're doing there with it. And then we've also got a little bit of a game we're going to play with them. It's not really a game, more as we're going to recast some movies tonight. And you, as the audience, are going to be able to sit in and listen and tell us whether or not our recasts have made the movies better or did we make them worse. And so you guys will be able to sit in the audience and tell us about that. And you guys can be the judge and, tell us what you like, what you didn't like, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to see what everybody has planned out, what they're going to do, what movie they're recasting, who they're putting into the movies, why they put him in. And so that's the other part of it too. You got to explain why you put these people in the movie, why you took so-and-so out, why you put so-and-so in, etc. And so I see Kathleen commenting and that she doesn't want us to hate her tonight. Well, Kathleen, don't recast the movie Cats. Leave the movie Cats alone because it's already awful and there's nothing you can do to ever make that movie worthwhile. That's just my opinion, though. What do I know, right? So anyway, 7 p.m. tonight, you'll be able to watch on Facebook. You'll be able to watch on YouTube. And you'll be able to watch on Twitter, all under the name Funny Science Fiction Podcast. If you're a member of our Funny Science Fiction Facebook group, it will also be streamed there, and you'll be able to watch there as well. If you'd like to watch on Twitch, you can still watch us there, but you won't find us as Funny Science Fiction Podcast. You will find us because I host another podcast as well called Focused on Forward. I share that Twitch channel between these two podcasts, so it's _podcast_guy. So you'll be able to find it on there at _podcast_guy, and you'll be able to watch both myself along with Mick and Casey. You'll be able to watch both of them have some fun, and then you'll be able to see the other co-hosts for Funny Science Fiction, Nick and Kathleen, and find out why Kathleen hates us all. So anyway, guys, like I said, just a quick reminder tonight, 5 minutes or less, just to say thank you for the support that you guys are giving to the Funny Science Fiction Podcast. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Your subscriptions help us more than we'll ever be able to tell you. And then also check us out on your favorite audio podcast provider. You can find us literally on every audio podcast provider for Funny Science Fiction, I think short of Stitcher, because Stitcher and our podcast host aren't friends. They don't like each other. So anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much. Please continue to support the podcast. Thank you for all you're doing. If you have suggestions on guests that you'd like to see us talk to, please let us know. You can message myself. You can message Kathleen. You can message Nick. And we'll do everything we can to get everybody on, get guests on that you want to see, that you want to hear from, and we'll kind of go from there. And I need you to understand that at the end of the show tonight, there's going to be a very important announcement about this week's upcoming guest. You aren't going to want to miss our pre-recorded episode for this week. It is phenomenal. It is super stinking awesome. So anyway, that's it. I went over the 5-minute mark by about 30 seconds. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. See you tonight, 7 o'clock.